So today I'm going to be making a maple oatmeal raisin skillet cookie. And first I'm going to start off with measuring the brown sugar out, because I realized last time when I made it, it like interrupted the whole cooking thing. So. Okay, so now that we have that all measured out, we'll keep that there for right now. Now I'm going to preheat my oven to 375. And next you turn on the pan to medium heat and you unwrap the butter, the unsalted butter, half cup, and put it in the pan. And it says to let it stir the butter frequently until it browns. And while that the butter is melting, we will measure out the the rum extract. Since there was no maple extract in the store, we looked it up, and it's okay to substitute. And rum extract comes from rum, and it has concentrated rum flavor, but doesn't have the high content of alcohol associated with actual rum. And for this you need a half teaspoon. Just add that in. And now that it's all melted, we can add in the brown sugar that I've already pre-measured out. Okay. Now I have to stir this. While this is melting, I'll tell you about the cast iron pan. The cast iron skillet is non-stick, so if you were to make anything else, you wouldn't have to use butter to make sure like it doesn't stick on the bottom, and it doesn't scratch. Like if you were to use like a fork or a knife on here, it wouldn't scratch it at all or ruin the pan. And it can endure the heat, like the multiple heat sources, because we also have to put it in the oven after this. So now that we have that cooked a little bit, we can take it off the burner and we can let that cool for 8 minutes. So while that is cooling, we will roast the pecans we have. And we're using pecans because we actually just ran out of walnuts, but it's still a nut, so we can still use it. And we need a half cup. And nuts actually have high vitamin E and a lot of omega-3s. And for this we can actually use the regular, what is it called?
Non-stick skillet.
Non-stick skillet. And while it's cooling, something that we haven't done yet in class is roast walnuts or any type of nuts. And you do that by getting a large frying pan and put it on medium heat. And for 5 minutes you stir the nuts frequently until they get browner and crisper. Just going to stir them. So while that is still cooling and the nuts are cooking, we can get the cinnamon salt and baking soda in one pan together. So we need 1/2 teaspoon baking soda, let's get the cinnamon, as well as 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt. Okay, so now that we have that done, and our brown sugar and butter are cooled to the time they need to be cooled at, and this is done roasting, we actually add the egg into the skillet, and we cool it for the 8 minutes, because if we added the egg in before then, it would pretty much become scrambled eggs. So we add it right in. Okay, and we whisk it. And so now that we've stirred in the egg, we can just add the cinnamon, salt, and baking soda mixture that we made in, and we just stir until combined. So after we've added the salt, cinnamon, and baking soda to the mixture, we get the flour ready. And for flour, we need 1 1/4 cups. And so this is 1. Now we need 1/4. Now we just bring it over here and we slowly stir in parts of the flour. And this will give the cookie more of a doughy consistency, because right now it's mostly liquid. So now I'm just going to pour in the pecans. Then I'll measure out the oats and raisins. And oats have a lot of fiber, which maintains good blood pressure, and it's also a whole grain. And so we need 1/2 cup. Also need, where is that? 1/2 cup of raisins. And raisins supply the body with almost instant energy because of the glucose, and they are rich in antioxidants and contain vitamins B, C, E, and K. And so now that we have the raisins and oats, we can stir them into the dough. So now we'll put it in the oven for 14 to 18 minutes, so do 16. So now that it's done, we can take it out of the oven. So something I forgot to mention is that the pecans and the oats actually make a full protein, which is really awesome. And then also you can either have it as a something for breakfast or for dessert. And usually for breakfast you would have it with yogurt, I would think, and Greek yogurt is recommended for the recipe, but which actually has 2 times the protein of regular yogurt, has fewer carbs, and has much less sodium. But if you wanted to use regular yogurt, the benefits of that would be that it has 3 times the calcium of Greek yogurt. But if you wanted to have it for dessert, you could either have it with ice cream or with whipped cream, and it would taste really awesome there too. And so yeah, that's my maple oatmeal raisin skillet cookie.